Welcome to scaryAAHsunday.
Oh, just shut up. I already know.
GG Fam series where we react
Oh, you think you're really scary with that weird
videos on YouTube. Every Sunday we'll be posting
Really, it's like that?
videos on
This first one is from Horror Shorts Party. The disturbing secret formula.
I was driving home after a 12-hour shift when I passed by the Wendy's near my house and noticed new posters put up next to the road. They were advertising a Krabby Patty. I was genuinely intrigued. It seemed like the sort of thing that should have happened a dozen times.
Yeah, you remember that?
Given that the Krabby Patty has been such an iconic burger over the years. But it was the first time I'd ever seen it made in real life. However, it was easy to see that the Krabby Patty was immensely popular, as the line for the drive-thru was completely full. The inside looked packed as hell, too. I decided I didn't want to wait in line forever with the masses, and come back later when things died down a little bit. To get into the spirit of things, I watched SpongeBob for a couple hours to kill some time. SpongeBob was a big part of my childhood, so I was really excited to see if the Krabby Patty lived up to the hype. I eventually got dressed and started walking toward the Wendy's, which was only about 10 minutes away by foot. When I got there, it seemed pretty dead. There wasn't a single car in line, and it didn't look like there was anyone inside. I was worried it had closed as it was getting late, but I walked up to the building just to be sure. Before I got to the door, I walked past a guy who had a box truck backed up to the kitchen door and was unloading crates of boxes. He noticed me walking into the restaurant and smiled creepily. At first, I thought he was just being polite, but after a second, I realized that smile didn't sit right with me. It was off-putting for some reason, but I couldn't tell why. I ended up brushing him off and headed inside. The place was definitely empty except for myself and the cashier. I then walked up to the register. Behind it was perhaps the weirdest looking person I've ever seen. It was an old woman, maybe close to 70, or at least that's how she looked.
Really got snake eyes.
And when she smiled, her teeth were appalling. They were all dead and rotten. I considered leaving just because of her, and while I wish now that I had at the time, I didn't want to be rude. I approached the counter and placed my order for a Krabby Patty. She punched in my order and told me to take a seat. Supposedly, my food would be ready in a few minutes, but I doubted that there was anybody left in the kitchen at all. The idea of that woman going back to make it herself tremendously lowered my expectations for what I was about to eat. And the fact that I was the only customer in there gave me a weird feeling about the whole thing.
And you're the only customer?
I sat there in silence, looking out the window at the advertisement which had drawn me into the situation in the first place.
Crazy.
I wished I had stayed home.
Here's your Krabby Patty.
Ew, get your...
Thanks. It smells great.
Why you gonna put those nasty yellow teeth all in my face? All the talking about like, what's going on here, bro?
Come on, try it. Actually, some privacy, please.
Well, you see, we've had some complaints throughout the day about our new Krabby Patty, so I'd like to see if I made it correctly.
That's okay. I'll just come back to the counter and tell you what I thought when I'm finished. I don't want to be watched while I
Eat the damn Krabby Patty.
I didn't know what else to do. The woman had screamed in my face and I was alone with her. I could have fought her off, but she was just an old lady. I decided my privacy wasn't worth it, so I unwrapped the Krabby Patty and took a bite. I immediately noticed something off about the taste. I hoped it would turn into something better, but the more I chewed it, the more disgusting it became. When I tried to swallow it, I gagged it right back up and spit it onto the wrapper. That angered the woman so much that she grabbed the piece I spit out and smeared it all over my mouth.
Oh my God!
I shoved the woman so hard she fell to the ground. But instead of shouting in pain, she started laughing. I ran out of the restaurant, leaving her and the Krabby Patty behind. Outside, I ran into the same creepy guy loading boxes into the kitchen. He saw the look on my face, which made him smile even wider than the first time.
Oh my God!
I ran home.
It's something with those patties.
I locked the door and tried to get my head straight. What just happened?
They're not beef.
Should I call the police? What kind of crime would that even count as? I don't have a clue, so I felt like I should just leave it alone like a bad dream. I was still hungry and needed to get that horrible taste out of my mouth, so I had Uber Eats delivered to my door. A few days later, I had nearly forgotten all about the Krabby Patty incident. I was attending a funeral in town for an old relative, sitting in the local cemetery with all my family members, when I saw a face that shouldn't have been there. It was the same man with the truck, the one unloading boxes and transferring them to the Wendy's. He was dressed in a different work uniform than the last time I saw him. Finally, I put two and two together and realized he was a groundskeeper for the cemetery. I've been sick ever since. I know there's something in those Krabby Patties that the public doesn't know about.
Oh, and I was gonna say that. Look, I was just saying that. So he works at the cemetery with bodies.
I knew it was human meat that he was eating.
That's why I don't eat fast food now, because everybody on TikTok and Instagram is understanding that.
McDonald's and everything. And
IFYK, YK.
Really ate a human burger.
From dead people.
Diabolical work.
3.0 out of 5. Now this next one that we taking it to is from Burt Milrose. We're gonna double it back again because the first one was a horrible jump scare, as you guys know. Taking it to the shower. I think they shot it like that. I know. Now we know Momo. Yeah.
We only know
I played horror games with Momo in it on Fortnite. So he put her in the trash so he could take out the trash. Like what? Oh shoot. Bro, what the freak? Oh my gosh, she came to life. These are great camera angles. Like, man, really good. That would have freaked me out. I walked. Bro, that would have freaked me out, yeah. I would have called 911 instantly.
just stare at it like
Scary beast. Now for me, that's a scary thing. Like people with their eyes bug and just staring at you crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they looking at you insane. My grandma used to do stuff like that at night. She has big old eyes, and at night, like her eyes pop out when she do that. Yeah. Yeah. Be like, "Do all that." Grandma used to mess me up. What the freak?
that's not it.
It's not? No, it's not. Right, you're right. He just had black on. Sorry, if you guys can't hear T, what she's saying is that's not his. Look, black protocol. Guys, I'm sorry, but my culture, we don't play these type of games. Soon as we would have seen that, out the shower, like, wait a minute. Oh my God. On a serious note, you guys, if you do feel alone or you feel like you want to do some self-harm for yourself, GG Fam is your family. Be sure to call this number
988 right here.
located down at the bottom, man. Remember, you're not alone. You got a family right here. 2.1 out of 5.
Last one. a horrible jump scare.
Oh look, Chorus Shorts party, cool. It was a great story. We didn't really need the jump scares, although I needed them. But Burn Mill Roads, bruh, you gonna give us Momo? Hey, so look, if you would like to see more content like this from your boy Wow and your girl TK, don't forget to hit that
L, that C, and that S.
Wow.
Litty.
That's a wrap, suckers. And